Hi everyone, it's Kendra Dublin and we're back for another video on the misconceptions of purpose. And so today we're going to be talking about being clear about your purpose before you live in your purpose. And so I want to start with when I started writing my particular book, God's Perspective for Me, Volume 1. I was in a space where I was just listening to God, listening to what he was saying. I was writing and writing and writing. I was putting different things together and I realized I was writing a book. So by the time I realized I was writing a book, I started putting the book together, looked for a publisher, and God brought all those things to me. Now, did that book make me fully clear on what he wanted me to do? No, it didn't. It gave me a better idea, but God didn't show me it all for me to continue to move forward in what I needed to do. So do you have to be clear? Start where you are. That's the main thing. You don't have to know everything about where God is leading you, but you do have to start where you are because God is trying to give you what you need where you are for the elevation of the next space, for the next phase of where you're going. So God wants you to send out scriptures to different people and for your post and for your Instagram. Do things that you can service people for free. It's so easy to go online. It's so easy to call someone. It's so easy to text someone. It's so easy to just start where you are. And for me, it was starting off with telling people, where I had come from and then sending out different poetry. I didn't even, before I wrote the book, before I even knew I was writing a book, I was starting to send those poems out, which is God's Perspective for Me, as a poetry book with questions to go along with it. But I was sending those out as encouragement. All I had to do was start where I was. And obviously I was, reading my Bible. I was being in tune with God for me to even get to a place where I was even, writing a book. But I just had to start where I was. And if I did that, God would give me the next step and the next step. And what he ended up giving me was a book and then another book and then showing me how I would help people in the future for his glory. And everything still has not been fully realized, but God gives the vision to me clearer and clearer and clearer as to how he wants me to go about helping his people for his mission and for his good. So from the time that I first told my testimony up until now, that's been 4 years, maybe 4 or 5 years. It's 2016 I wrote my book, 2015. So 5 years. And for the first couple of years, I was just writing poetry and sending it to friends. I was putting scriptures and my own quotes on Facebook and Instagram. But you don't have to be clear in the grand scheme of things and where God is having you. Be clear on where you are today. I love to write, so let me send a poem to someone. I love to take pictures. Let me take some pictures of the sky, of birds, let me send it out for someone to give them some peace today. You can do some very small, simple, easy things. And then as God cultivates more and more what your purpose looks like because you can handle it, then you continue to do more. But you do not have to be clear on what God has for you and what the full purpose and mission is. Start where you are. So I'm hoping that helped you out as far as understanding if you have to be clear, if you don't have to be clear, some of the things that may have been holding you back to do God's will. Just go ahead and get started. And go ahead and get started today because tomorrow is too late to be great.